Well, the deer are certainly enjoying the fresh grass starting to show up. Had 6 of them out there this morning.
Be very, very quiet. Pretty unusual to get this close to one. Very intent on breakfast. I don't see any others around. Time to head back out in the bush, I guess.
Welcome to Retired for Life. I'm your host, Brian. I retired a few years ago after 30 years in a factory job as a machinist in a millwright. I needed to rediscover what life could really be like. When we purchased this property, the house had stood empty for over a year, and the property had been badly ravaged by poor logging practices. Since my retirement, I've been working to renovate the home and restore the surrounding forest to its natural beauty and attract wildlife back to the property. Join me as I learn about nature and working with wood to create the backdrop for this new chapter of our lives. Well, folks, we have come back up to where my neighbor had a sawmill that got burned out. You might remember a video from that a little while ago. And he's been working on getting things set up to go again with a new sawmill. And I see the sawmill sitting here, but it looks like it still hasn't done anything. And we've got a little bit of work to do on some logs that I want to skin. All right, let's have a look around. All right, we do have some pretty good wind up here, and there is the new sawmill. Looks like it has not done anything at all as of yet. But yeah, obviously hasn't done anything yet. Still shiny as can be. All right, so here's my 10 footers right here. We'll start peeling away at them. Oh, I wish I should have brought a chainsaw. I didn't think to do that, to cut some of these nubs off that are going to be in the way. All right, guys, so there is 2.5 done. Now this one, yeah, it's so big that and the bark is so hard on it that it's really difficult to scrape it off. This is right down at the bottom of the tree, so I'll have to come back at this with my grinder that's got the carbide bit wheel on it, and I should be able to take care of it that way. And then I've got 3 more here to do. Now the smaller ones are not bad. They come apart pretty easily. But even with gloves on, after doing this, especially that one, I've got more blisters now than I care to think about. So I've got these 3 over here left to do, and they will skin off fairly easily. So these are from higher up in the tree, so there is a fair bit of branches and stuff on them, but they're still a decent size. I mean, that's 12 inches. That's 12 inches. That one's 13 inches. So normally we don't take down a tree that is under 12 inches, pretty much under 14 inches at the bottom. Anything under that, it's just really not worth it, because there are so many much larger trees in the area that we work in. These ones, you get up to 17, 18 inches, you've got 100-foot worth of tree there. So we'll come back at this. We've got a couple more days of rain coming up, which means I'm back to work on the entranceway. And as soon as we get some decent weather, we'll come back. I'll get these peeled. Now, the reason I'm peeling them is because I want to leave them. I'd like to leave them pretty much until the fall. And if I was to leave them that long with the bark on them, they'd be ruined. So we'll get them peeled, and that way they'll dry a little better as well. All right, we're going to pack up from here and head back, and I want to see what the trail looks like right now, where we've been doing our flood aversion work, and see if it's showing any signs at all of drying. There's still going to be snow back in the bush there, so we'll go back and have a look and see what it's like. All right, we'll see you there. Well, there's still snow around and things are really wet. Not much. I mean, the snow is almost gone. Let's have a quick walk down the trail and we'll have a look and see how things are going down there. Yeah, I don't see any trees that came down in the equipment yard, and that's a good thing. The Florida Bowmore looks nice and safe. There's our little piece of corduroy road here. And the ditch that I dug, yeah, that seems to be doing its job very nicely. This part of the trail here is actually surprisingly dry. It's much drier than what you would normally see this time of year. So that means that ditch is actually working. Wow, this is really good. Things are drying. We've still got a fair bit of water coming down through there. But the really good thing is it's going off this way here. It's not going down the trail. And the ditch on the side here is empty. This is drying. Wow. Yeah. Okay. This is really working well. Yeah, I'm very, very happy with that. So this is where we will put our bridge in this fall. Wow. Considering all the rain and all the snow we had, this is just working way better than I really could have hoped for. This is excellent. Yeah. Really, really good. Well, that makes me all that much more anxious to get back down here and get back to work. But not yet. We're finishing that entranceway, and then we've got work on the house to do. So I do need to dig a ditch along the back over to the side and around, and then put a drainage pipe in that goes across to the other ditch that I have been digging, just to make sure and to help this area stay drained. Because this is my parking lot for equipment down here, and it may become the site of another building yet. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, but I am really happy with how things are looking. Wow. Well, it won't be too long before we take the cover off of this and let everything dry up really well here. But yeah, considering how wet and how much snow there was this winter, I'm just thrilled to death with how things look here. This is really good. All that work is paying off. Very, very happy with that. But as I say, it's going to be a little bit before we get back down here and get to work. But we will. This is my happy place here. But we're still, I'm guessing, probably a month away before we're actually back working in here. But we're well set up. Yeah. And then with any luck, we'll get Bowmore basically complete this summer. And then get back to work on the trails. All right, folks, so just a short video today. The weather was so nice. It was really good to actually get away for a day from working on the entranceway. But weather's turning wet again starting tomorrow, so we're back to work on it. And it won't get done if I don't get to work on it. So it was really good to see that Art's got a new sawmill sitting up there. From what I was told by a couple of people that came by, that Art's not going to be starting that up until he's basically got a building up. We'll see if that works. Because if it was me, I would have a really hard time not getting that mill started. He's got so many logs up there. He has got the potential of a fair bit of money in lumber sales. Once he gets that new mill going, it will produce the lumber pretty quickly. And as for my mill, I'm hoping not to start it until basically the fall. I will be going out doing more logging this year with Art and getting stocked up. And I'm hoping, really hoping, that I will have a building complete at the sawmill for lumber storage, because the tents are getting in rough shape. I've got to replace the tarp on a couple of them, to be expected, but I don't want to put any more money into them. I want to get that building up so that I can actually get rid of at least one of those storage domes. So thanks very much for coming along on this little journey today. Any thoughts, questions, anything like that, please let me know in the comments. I love hearing from you. And I often get some really good information from your comments, so I really appreciate that. All right, folks, so remember to stay safe out there, be good to each other, and we will see you out on the trails the next time. Oh, it smells so good out here today.
Rainy days don't seem so wet. Stormy nights don't stay. From the moment that we met, you were worth the wait. Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever know. Talked for hours and never slept. Two silhouettes on the concrete steps. We watched the sun as it slowly crept from the horizon to the place we met. Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever know.